My name is Bessie Williams. I taught for 34 years and retired, and then I went back to the public school system as a para, which is a teaching assistant. So that's what I do now. I teach fitness classes. I've been a fitness instructor since 1988. I started with the old Jane Fonda high-impact aerobics. Then I transitioned to step aerobics for 11 years, and I've been teaching Zumba for 15 years. I already had arthritis in both knees, but it just got worse. And eventually my legs looked like the capital letter K. I tried physical therapy, more Pilates, more yoga, more stretching and more strength work, and it didn't really correct the problem because the issue was bone-on-bone arthritis, I think. It was so painful, nothing I did really helped. I did everything YouTube told me to do, and it helped, but it didn't really alleviate the problem. And looking at the knee, the angle that had developed, I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to fix it myself. Well, he told me to keep working out, don't stop, modify whatever I needed to. I talked to Ben a couple of times, and he told me what to expect before and during and after the surgery, and he gave me a lot of literature to read. And I talked to some of the coaches at school who have had the same surgery, and they said, Bess, it's going to change your life, so don't be afraid. Go ahead and do it. Amazing. There were 2 nurses that stayed there with me, and I think everyone in the building had gone home except them and me. And I was there in the morning, and they stayed with me way after dark. And they were just so patient, and they focused on my needs. It's not like they were trying to rush me out of there so they could get home to dinner. They were very kind and patient, and I really appreciated that because I was ready to go, but they said, no, you're not ready yet. So it was a good experience. After he told me about the term Mako robot, I, of course, Googled it and looked on YouTube, and I realized how precise it is. So there's very little wiggle room there. It's a lot of measurements. It's engineering, actually. And as the health science teacher at school told me, it's like a carpentry project. You measure twice, cut once. So I just think it's a good thing. I think I went back to, my surgery was on February 16th, and I went back to school after spring break, which was about April 10th, if I remember correctly. But I was back to teaching Zumba about the same time. Modified, of course, but every week it got a little bit easier. And I had really good support from my clients at Windsor Meade. They were very supportive, and they told me, oh, Bess, it's a piece of cake. We've had this surgery. So don't be afraid. Call us if you need anything. It's amazing. I'm able to walk around my school building, which is really big. And of course, the floors are basically concrete with tile on top. I'm able to walk around there with no discomfort at all. I walk around the gym, I go around from one end of the building to the next, and I'm not even fatigued when I get home. He listens, and I think that's so important. He makes eye contact with you. He's not constantly writing when you're talking. And he actually measured the knee, and I just like the way he approached me as a person, not just as a patient.